Good morning, students. Yesterday we were discussing about electric dipole. Soon after our study about electric intensity due to isolated point charge and due to multiple point charges, we began our discussion about electric dipole. And I had mentioned, if you remember, significance of the study of electric dipole is to understand electric behavior of the given sample. Depending upon information in regard with the dipole moment associated with that sample, one can better understand about electric behavior. Okay. So in connection with the dipole, I had introduced you with some basic terms. Before that, let me remind you what's the dipole. What is our idea about dipole? A pair of equivalent opposite charges separated by finite distance, or a system which consists of two equivalent opposite charges separated by finite distance to be called as an electric dipole. In connection with the dipole, if you remember, the first parameter that I had introduced to you was dipole length, separation between two charges. Then center of dipole, midpoint of that separation. Axial line, line passing through the two charges and center. Equatorial line, line passing through center and perpendicular to axial line. So these are the things that we have discussed in the yesterday's class. Now let me take you ahead to know more about electric dipole. So first let me visualize the dipole which I had shown you yesterday also, consisting of positive and negative, equal amount of positive and negative. Just for sake of understanding, I do like this to say that this is the system. Okay, of two equal and opposite charges. Like one charge I have got Q plus Q, I would write better. Another charge is minus Q. Correct, huh? And these two charges I have got separated by this distance, finite distance. Positive charge of the dipole is at location, let me mention as a A. Negative charge of the dipole is at location B. And midpoint of the separation I have got as a C, which I had called yesterday center of dipole, C. And if you remember, I had told you that it is that location which has been taken as a reference location for measurement of all the distances. So with respect to that point, whenever I happen to measure any distance in connection with the dipole, I'll be going that as a reference location. C as a reference location. Again to remind you, this AB is your dipole length. But while expressing dipole length, I told you I need to mention distances with respect to C. So I had mentioned positive charge is at distance L from center. Negative charge is at a distance L from center. So dipole length of this dipole AB we express as a 2L. Otherwise, generally the question which may comes in mind, Unnecessarily sir has written 2. We could have represented as L only, na? Why that 2? Reason is very simple. And what's the reason? I have to measure those distances with respect to center. And by doing so, I have expressed the dipole length of dipole as 2L. Okay. So the straight line which I had shown yesterday, axial line, straight line over here, equatorial line. So these are the things which I have already mentioned yesterday. Now as the dipole is also, electric dipole is nothing but system of two equal and opposite charges. So then of such system, I am interested to know strength. Strength and like how the intensity, whether it is more or less, even that idea we get from the parameter, or to talk about some basic things about such dipole. We have one physical quantity, or I would call as a parameter, about which I would like to make you understand first. And that parameter we study as dipole moment. As I told you, I would like to know the strength of dipole. Now to know the strength of dipole, the physical quantity which I need to know or study is the dipole moment. Let me first straight away tell you how do I calculate that. Dipole moment of an electric dipole is nothing but just the product of magnitude of any one charge. And what's that magnitude? Q I write into separation between those two charges. And separation between these two charges I have got AB, you can say. AB is a separation between these two charges. The simple definition to put in words, dipole moment of a dipole is numerically equal to product of magnitude of a charge and separation between those two charges, and represented by the letter P. Sometimes you may find it as subscript E also here, because as like the electric dipole, I will be having a magnetic dipole to study the magnetism, and even there, to express the strength of that magnetic dipole, I will be having a quantity called dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment. Even if that is also to be represented by P, I can have a subscript B here. So to say magnetic dipole moment. But generally magnetic dipole moment, most of the books represent by the letter capital M. Okay, anyhow, that is a matter of further discussion. Let me focus here. So what did I say? Strength of the dipole is given by this quantity. This quantity represented by the letter capital P, and it is calculated as this product. I can substitute value of 2AB, I think, which I already have made ready deliberately. So I can write then dipole moment equals to, how much is this? 2L into Q. So I write this in a specific order, and I write this 2QL. So here I have got one important expression now. Dipole moment is given by the equation 2QL. So when you happen to calculate dipole moment, simply what you need to do, refer this relation. In that relation, what are the parameters included? Charge I have, magnitude of the charge in the dipole. Any one charge, both of them are of same magnitude, and I have 2L. Dipole length I have got. Okay. Interesting thing or fact to be mentioned about this dipole is, interesting fact about dipole moment rather I would say, it is a vector quantity. What did I say? Dipole moment is vector and P is a vector quantity. And children, you all know, whenever we need to talk about any vector completely, I mean for the complete description of any vector, it is mandatory to talk about its direction. Only simply giving the information about its magnitude is not going to be the complete description about a vector. Then let me furnish you details about direction of dipole moment. The same figure I would like to draw once again. Here I have got charges of the dipole, negative charge, positive charge. This system of charges of equal and opposite charges I call as a dipole. In this system, the two charges are separated by this distance which already I have shown. Magnitude of one of the, this charge is minus q, another charge is plus q. And my discussion point of discussion is, as I said, dipole moment is a vector. And direction of this dipole moment as a vector is from negative charge of the dipole to the positive charge of the dipole. So to be remembered then, dipole moment is always directed from negative charge of the dipole to the positive charge of the dipole. This is the direction of dipole moment need to be remembered. Very important. So what's the direction of dipole moment then? As I have shown in the figure. And what is the direction? From negative to positive charge of the dipole. Very important. Okay. Going ahead, once I am once I am available with the direction of dipole moment, let me take you a step ahead to know about unit of dipole moment. And I think it is a job of it is a work of simple mathematical few steps. If I wish to get SI unit of dipole moment, I just refer to the mathematical definition that I have got here. So what is that definition? P equal to 2QL. Now after getting to know it is vector, if you want you can have this arrow also over here. It's a vector quantity. How do you calculate that? 2QL. So I write here P equal to 2QL. As soon as I write this, I think there is no difficulty for me to write the unit of dipole moment. Number it is unitless. Charge. And what's the unit of charge? Coulomb. Length. What's the unit of length? Meter. Don't read it as a centimeter. Keeping concentration somewhere else. When you see the video once again, oh, what the sir has written? Unit of dipole moment is a centimeter, and that's the unit of length. No, okay. So I have written deliberately bit capital C and bit array meter, or I put a symbol like this, Coulomb meter. So this is the SI unit. I think you quickly might have written it on your notebook about CGS unit. And CGS unit of dipole moment is, what is that? Charge in CGS system is measured as stat coulomb, and length in CGS system is measured as, here it comes centimeter. So what's the unit of dipole moment in CGS system? Stat coulomb centimeter. But for your information, children, generally dipole moment unit is, you find different. Whatever I have been, other than whatever I have mentioned here, that different in chemistry. Probably in first year you might have studied about dipole moment, and whatever the unit you might have come across there, that unit of the dipole moment we call as practical unit of dipole moment. And what is that practical unit of dipole moment? Practical unit of dipole moment is dB, abbreviated as capital D. dB is the practical unit of dipole moment, which is abbreviated as capital D. Now, when I mention it's a practical unit, I need to have connection with our CGS or SI system unit. And for your information, 1 dB is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 Franklin. Idu ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಮತ್ತಾ Franklin. This is also unit of charge. So 10 to the power minus 10 Franklin into 1 angstrom unit makes 1 dB. I am interested to know the value of 1 dB. For that, what did I write? 10 to the power minus 10 Franklin into, what did I write there? I have got 10 to the power minus 10 Franklin into 1 angstrom unit. Now to go ahead, to calculate what the value of actually dB is, I need to have even the conversion of this. And for information children, 1 coulomb charge is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 Franklin. In this way you can write. So 1 coulomb of charge is equal to this much. And also you know that 1 angstrom unit is, how much is 1 angstrom unit? Is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. And once I am having these things available, I can go ahead with the calculations what I have written here. Okay, so I'll substitute just. What I need to substitute? 1 Franklin equal to, I need to substitute. How much is 1 Franklin then? 1 Franklin equal to 1 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 9, 3 into 10 to the power 9. And 1 angstrom unit is this much. Let me substitute that. So this gives me 1 dB equals to 10 to the power minus 10 is as it is into this Franklin I am going to refer here, and that is 3 into 10 to the power 9 coulomb. This Franklin I am converting into coulomb, that's it, by referring this into, I have got 1 angstrom, 10 to the power minus 10 meter. What I need to do, just a simple step for the calculation. 1 dB equal to, let me connect the powers first. This is minus 10, minus 10, minus 20, even 9 will go up, minus 29. So 1 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 29. You can go ahead for a simple step of the calculation. And if you do that, if you work it out this, you get this as 3.33 10 to the power minus 30 coulomb meter. So children, whenever you mention that dipole moment of so and so molecule is 1 dB, how much is that 1 dB? 3.33 10 to the power minus 30 coulomb meter. So when I say the value of dipole moment of molecule is 1 dB, so I mean that much in coulomb meter, that much in SI system you can say. So this has to be remembered, because often you find unit of dipole moment expressed as dB. Apart from this, Even in some of the books, you find one more practical unit used for dipole moment, and it is electron nanometer. So the unit of dipole moment, one more unit of dipole moment is electron nanometer. So things are very clear when I write in that way. Electron, you know how much it is. Charge of the electron on the plane. Electron nanometer. See that name how it is given. Charge of the electron. How much is that? Charge of the electron 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Nano ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು -9 meter as it is I write. So 1 electron nanometer when I am asked to write now, what do I write? It is 1.6 minus 9 19. So I write 1.6 10 to the power minus 28 coulomb meter. And here I have got one more unit which I mentioned about is, what is that? Electron nanometer. I am writing short. Electron nanometer. Abbreviation form I am writing. Complete if you want to write. Electron. E for electron. N for nano. M for meter. This is the one more unit for dipole moment. And how much is 1 electron nanometer? That is equal to 1.6 10 to the power minus 28 coulomb meter. So to be remembered, very important. So just note it down this. We shall go ahead with many more things in connection with dipole moment. Just a minute. You can have the glance over this. Note down the things. We will go ahead. Okay. So let us go ahead. After getting to know the basic terms, basic parameters in connection with the dipole, let me take you further for important discussion. After all, dipole is system of charges. And we have discussed yesterday. be it isolated discrete charge, be it multiple discrete charges, be it continuously distributed charges. What we get to know is that space around charge, irrespective of its nature. So I mean whether it is a discrete, isolated, multiple, continuous, space around the charge gets modified, called electric field. And characterized, right now we have got characterized electric field by a vector quantity. What is that? Intensity. So the dipole also being a system of charges, surrounding of that obviously has to have a modified. So I mean with the dipole mandatorily I need to have a field associated. And now my further interest is to know about field due to dipole. So I mean I would like to understand about strength of electric field due to dipole. So let me take you ahead to discuss about strength of electric dipole. I mean electric intensity due to dipole. And thus I am going to do, I am going to understand strength of the electric dipole at the three different locations. One, I would understand if my point of interest is on axial line. I hope you still remember what is axial line. A line passing through two charges of the dipole and center. So first my interest is to know electric intensity on axial line. And once I have done that, next I would like to go with electric intensity on equatorial line. And even once I am done with that, and lastly I would like to understand electric intensity at a point in the surrounding of dipole anywhere other than even an axial point and equatorial point I may have anywhere. So let's go ahead to discuss first about electric intensity on axial line. So let me take for the discussion, I am interested to know electric intensity on axial line of the dipole of course. So for that, first of all let me have a dipole, and here it is negative charge, here I have a positive charge of the dipole, and this system of equal and opposite charges, what I have called is a dipole. In this dipole, positive charge of the dipole plus q which I have is at location A. Negative charge of the dipole minus q which I have is at location B. Center of the dipole is over here, which I can represent. Now, as I mentioned, which is my point of interest? Point on axial line. So let me have an axial line first. A straight line passing through two charges and center is called axial line. This is my axial line, you can see. And on this axial line, I have a point P. Where is that point P? On axial line. I can describe about that point in other way also. For example, say this is my dipole. Here I have got negative charge, here I have got positive charge. An axial line, and hold like this so that it will be better visible to you all. I have got negative charge, positive charge here, and this is what I am talking about, axial line. This is my axial line. What you are visualizing is this dipole, duster as a dipole. And when I hold the duster in such a way that you are on axial line, I hold the dipole in such a way that you are on axial line. Childrens, you can see this duster with this face you can call, with this side you can call. Which side is this? I would name this as the end side arm. How the like the dipole? You end here to end, these are the two ends. And when I hold like this being axial line. So the observer on the axial line, what he or she will say? This is the end side arm position. So whenever I deal with axial line, I can also mention that where is my point? I would mention my point is on end side arm position. Interesting. So why it is named so? I showed you just now. I is the end side of the dipole. These are the end sides. If I look at there, what I see? End side arm position. So you can also mention that point P is on end side arm position. Okay. See. Working out electric intensity due to dipole, be it on axial line or equatorial line, is as like solving a simple numerical on intensity. And you know what do I mean? I have yesterday told you how to work out intensity due to multiple charges, multiple point charges. I have two charges, point charges here. Then what was our procedure to do so in yesterday's class? First of all, I have to understand in that system how many charges are there. I have two charges. Then I should understand where is my location of interest. I have a location of my interest P. Where is that P? On axial line, on end side arm position, and a distance of, I would mention R from, look here, again I am mentioning this distance with respect to center of dipole. And I have already mentioned location, positive charge of the dipole is at a distance here. Negative charge of the dipole is at a distance here. Separation AB is 2L, you can say. Now my interest is calculating electric intensity at P. So in cases like this, first of all you should understand how many intensities are going to be at that particular location. As the two charges are there, so the field which I will have here will be contributed by two charges. The intensity which I will have at any point will be contributed by two charges. So I mean I will be having two intensities there. So let me just get to know that contribution to the electric intensity at P by those two charges of the dipole. First to start with, I would like to know contribution to the electric field or intensity at P by the positive charge of the dipole. So, while dealing with this, I forget everything negative and all whatever is there. So, what I say now, I have a positive charge plus Q. From this positive charge plus Q, there is a point P. At what distance? Distance AP you can say. And at P you would like to know contribution of this positive charge. Students, and here comes the important information about direction of intensity, which repeatedly I had discussed while talking about direction. What do you know about direction of electric intensity due to positive source charge? Three words: along and away. Along and away. So by using that, can I show the direction here? Yes, why not? Of course. And this is the direction of intensity at P contributed by positive charge. Along Add away. Here I show that. And this I will name as intensity E plus. Notice, subscript plus I am mentioning. What for that subscript plus? To say that electric intensity at P contributed by positive charge of the dipole. This is direction. How about magnitude? Nothing difficult to get the magnitude. How do I get? I have an expression for calculating electric intensity due to point charge. And what is that expression? Electric intensity equals to, I'll write E plus this as contributed by positive charge equals to dipole is in the vacuum or air 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Charge whose contribution to be calculated is Q plus Q magnitude, and the distance which I have got is how much? AP whole square. Distance square I am writing. Let me substitute this AP value from the figure. So I get then E plus equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by AP. Look here children. This distance I need. This total I know. How much is total R? This I know. How much is that? L. R, L. Left out you can get. And how much is left out? R minus L. Whole square. This is my equation number 1. So I am done with electric intensity at P contributed by positive charge of the dipole. Similarly, I will do with negative charge. I have a contribution by the negative charge also. So let me show them contribution to the electric intensity at P by the negative charge of the dipole. And dear students, again I need to remind you about direction of electric intensity contributed by negative source charge. 3 words again: negative, along, and towards the source charge. When I am dealing with this negative source charge, forget about this. I need a contribution by this over here. And as I told you, along and towards. And here I show electric intensity contributed by negative charge of the dipole. And it is, I would represent as E minus. Again, needless to talk about that, what for minus, contributed by negative charge. And I get that E minus equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q minus Q, don't write, magnitude back only, divided by distance square. And how much is the distance? BP whole square. Simple thing. Electric intensity contributed by negative charge, direction I have shown. Magnitude I am getting here. Can I substitute BP? Yes. This distance I need. This I know. Even this I know. If I add these two, what I get is this much. And that's what I do then. E minus equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by, this is R plus this much, R plus L whole square. This is my equation number 2. Children, see, I have got contribution to the electric intensity at P by the positive charge of the dipole as well as by the negative charge of the dipole. And once I am done with this, you know the further procedure, what is to be done? What is to be done? Just you need to add those intensities by taking their directions into account. Right now I have a simplest case. Two vectors I have got only to be added. And interestingly, even those two vectors are oppositely directed. And when the vectors P and Q are oppositely directed, to find the resultant R equal to, what do? P difference Q. P difference Q I said, not minus. What's the intention to say difference? Whichever is greater from the greater smaller magnitude to be subtracted. So my need to go ahead further is to understand who is greater out of these two. You have equation 1 and 2 both available. Look here, equation 1 and 2. Only the difference which you notice is in denominator this term. Only minus or plus other. So you mean that this denominator is smaller than this one, and obviously then I would write E plus is greater than that of E minus. So what is the important thing I have written? Look here. Electric intensity contributed by positive charge of the dipole is more than that of electric intensity contributed by negative charge of the dipole. My P being over here, you can think over what if the P is to the other side. Can be to the other side also. In that case, you will have E minus greater than E plus. Simple in a rough way to talk, whichever charge is close to the point will contribute more. Whichever charge to the point P is closer will contribute to the more intensity. And that's what I visualize over here. Now once I am done with this, once I have got that information available, resultant electric intensity at P, I will get as E plus minus E minus. Or you can go a step ahead, vector E equal to vector E plus plus vector E minus. Vector addition you want to do, you mean. And once you are done, you want to know E plus is greater than E minus, subtract it. And further, ಕೆಲವರು ಬಹಳ ತಲೆ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾರ. ಆಯ್ತು ಇದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್, ಇದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ತಲೆ ಓಡಿಸಬೇಡ್ರಿ. Okay, so I mean this is subscript. This is not a minus for this. Minus minus plus agala. So you will have to just substitute the values. Leave that part. Okay. So I get then E equals to, how much is E plus? I have got already 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R minus L whole square. Value of E plus from equation 1 I am substituting. Similarly, value of E minus from equation 2, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R plus L whole square. So, by referring to the equation 1 and 2, what is the simple thing I am doing is that I am substituting those values. That's it. From 1 and 2. Now I'll go ahead with some simple mathematical calculation. I'll say physics is over now here. What we start is mathematics. So I mean, and you know, without mathematics we cannot go ahead with the physics. Rather, I say mathematics is a language of physics. Whatever I have to speak, I have to speak in terms of mathematical language. Okay, anyhow. So I'll take common from whatever possible. E I get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, even Q is common. What is left out? I'll write in the bracket 1 divided by R minus L whole square minus of R plus L whole square. Okay, simple thing I have got. Now I need to take LCM of those bracketed terms. Imagine it was like this: A minus B, A plus B. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ being bracket square ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. A minus B, you are going to take LCM. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? This denominator x, this denominator y, LCM is xy ಅಂತಿರಲ್ಲ. That way, a minus b, a plus b, LCM a square minus b square you would have written. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? a square, a minus b, a plus b ಅದರದು you know a square minus b square. In that way, I'll refer to that and write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q. And here I write, hopefully you get the hint which I have given. I write this as r square minus l square. But it is r minus l, r plus if it was, I would have got this much. But I have a square of the bracket, so I will have here square of that. Okay, so you can do that, simple mathematics. Now I'll have to divide by this first, and I get this bracket. You can say simultaneously I'll expand also that I get r square plus l square plus 2rl. Okay, this simple mathematics I'm solving. Then I'll get this one. Even simultaneously negatives I'll make use. What do I get? Minus r square minus l square plus 2rl. Simple mathematical step it is. Hope you can solve it. Agli andu ina ondsati solve ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, you will get it. Okay, so then e equals to I get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q in the bracket, things to be cancelled can be. So this will cancel with this one, minus ada nodidu. This will cancel with this one, minus ada. Whereas these two are plus. So 2rl plus 2rl, you are going to get this as 4rl divided by r square minus l square whole square. Simplification I am doing. Thus I write then e equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Look here, children, I am going to write this in bracket. This I write 2 into 4 I am writing in as a 2 into 2. 2q. ಇದು 2 2 ಇದು 4 ಆಯ್ತಾ? q ಇಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ. 2q l into r divided by r square minus l square whole square. So the intention of writing so is, and most of you might have got it, 2ql. Don't we know 2ql? Yes, we don't know. What is that? Dipole moment. So I can substitute for this 2ql as a capital P. Dipole moment, capital P. So I get then electric intensity E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 2ql. P I am going to write 2p r divided by r square minus l square whole square. And thus I have got an expression for electric intensity at a point due to dipole on axial line. So this is my general expression. I can say magnitude of electric intensity I can get given by this relation. But mentioning only the magnitude of any vector is not a complete description. Again I would repeat my statement. This is just magnitude. What about direction? I have mentioned that this is greater. And when you subtract smaller vector from the greater, the result you get is always in the direction of greater magnitude vector. So the resultant electric intensity, whatever I have got here, actually I should show over here. But to avoid the complication, I will show like this. What I am getting this? A resultant electric intensity at point P. E I have got E. And what is the direction of resultant electric intensity? In the direction of greater magnitude vector. So once I am done with this, to generalize it, I would say electric intensity at this point P is in the same direction to that of dipole moment. Just now I have narrated you about direction of dipole moment. What is the direction of dipole moment? From negative to the positive charge of the dipole. Negative to positive, this is the direction. And direction of E is same to that of dipole moment. Or even you can look here. In this expression, two vectors I have got. This is the one vector, intensity. This is the another vector, dipole moment. So shall I say then, direction of intensity is same to that of direction of dipole moment. So even about direction you need to understand. So this is electric intensity on axial line of any dipole. But most of the time while discussing about dipole, we happen to talk about a dipole called short dipole. What is this short dipole? A dipole is said to be short dipole if the distance of the point, when it P, R I am talking, is very much greater than that of dipole length. Given dipole, it's said to be short dipole if this condition has been fulfilled. If this condition has been satisfied, we call it as a short dipole. And in case of short dipole, if I have to if I want to use this expression, I will have to go for certain modifications. Because R is very much greater than the L I have mentioned that, the length of the dipole. In that case then, from this expression, in the denominator, I am subtracting a very small value, already small, square of that, very small, from the very bigger quantity. You can use the rule of approximation here, rules of neglecting the terms. Whenever you have got a subtraction or addition of the term from a very big value, you can neglect the small value. And that's what I am going to do. This L from the denominator I am going to neglect. So I get, in case of short dipole, then E equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 2pr divided by r square minus L square I have here. L I am neglecting because of this reason. And if I do so, in the denominator I will have r to the power 4. R square whole square is there. R to the power 4 I get. And I can cancel now 1 r with this numerator. And I get then E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 2p by r cube. And this is the expression that I would remember for electric intensity at any point on end side on position of the dipole, on axial line of the dipole. The only difference you can notice over here. So what I get to know when I am dealing with short dipole, I would say electric intensity in case of short dipole is inversely proportional to cube of distance of the point of the axial line. Of course, it do depend upon dipole moment. But if for a given dipole, if I am going at different location, that variation can be visualized with the help of this relation. Direction already I have spoken. What is the direction of dipole moment on axial line? Same to that of dipole moment. You may have a question, sir, ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೇಳಿರಿ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? So in that case, to this side, E minus I have greater. What is the direction of E minus? If I ask you to show, say my point P is here, E minus, E is in the direction. How the contribution of negative source charge? Along and towards. Along and towards, and this is the direction of E minus I get. So whatever the intensity electricity I get resultant here is going to be in the direction of E minus. And look here, E minus is in the direction of dipole moment from negative to positive charge. So I said there is no problem. This is a general statement you can say. What is that statement? Direction of electric intensity on axial line is same as that of dipole moment. P I write, in later I write P. So direction of electric intensity on axial line is same to that of direction of dipole moment. This is all about what we have got, electric intensity on axial line of the dipole. Make a note of this. Okay, children. Now after this, next we will have to go with electric intensity on equatorial line of the dipole. Even that derivation takes 15 to 20 minutes and then followed by one more. So if I start now, whatever 1 or 2 minutes are left out, that won't be sufficient to cover, to go with. And derivation are like always advisable to complete in continuity. It cannot be like part in one class, part in another. So what I do, I'll stop here, and in tomorrow's class I can continue with electric intensity on equatorial line of the dipole. So till then, goodbye.